guys, this is Nicole. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about a pretty interesting subject that I've had on my mind for the past couple of years, and that's the art of balancing spirituality with real life, our everyday life. And a lot of people, a lot of you guys will already know the things that I'm about to say, but I've seen a lot of people online and even in real life kind of struggling with this and carrying a lot of guilt or shame about being an everyday kind of person but still wanting to be spiritual. So here's some things that I would like to share with you to help you find that balance. So first of all, understand that the word spiritual is just that. It's a word. It can really mean anything. It can mean different things for different people, and also understand that being spiritual is a stereotype that you don't have to fit into. I've talked about this in some of my other videos, especially one video which I'll link down below, but I have kind of fell into this trap myself where I thought that to be a spiritual person I had to enjoy crystals and burn sage and practice yoga and meditate. And while I do enjoy those things, those aren't my only hobbies. They're not my only interests. So just be aware that because you want or you are a spiritual person, that doesn't mean that you have to only enjoy those things that are deemed spiritual by the internet or the people around you or the people that you see that you would like to become. So that leads me into the next part of this, which is don't have any shame or any guilt for enjoying the things that you enjoy. So maybe you like to put on makeup. Maybe you like, going out and dirt biking. Or maybe you enjoy going on the internet and looking at funny memes. We all pretty much do. And those things might not be under the stereotype of being spiritual, but that doesn't mean that you still can't incorporate mindfulness into whatever hobbies or activities that you enjoy. Personally, I have a lot of interests and hobbies that I sometimes feel ashamed about because I feel like it doesn't make me spiritual thoughts. But to be honest, I just don't really care anymore. I have grown into a person that understands that I can have everything that I want, I can do anything that I want, and still be a mindful and conscious person. Trailing off of that, find ways to incorporate mindfulness and being present in each moment, no matter what you're doing. So whether you're washing the dishes, whether you're cleaning up your house, paying the bills, going to work at your fast food job, I've been there, just find a way to take deep breaths, to be okay with where you are, and to know that this is all a part of the experience. Being human is a spiritual experience, and I've said it many times before on this channel, on my Instagram page, and I'll say it 1,000 times more. I think that it is much needed for people in this world to know that because you are human, you are spiritual. It doesn't matter what religion you have or don't have. It doesn't matter what you believe. It doesn't matter who you hang out with, what you're interested in, what you do on your weekends. None of that matters. Just being here on this earth is a spiritual experience. So don't doubt that, don't doubt yourself, and don't doubt your spirituality. A lot of people in the spiritual community want to preach, which I will never try to preach at you or tell you what to do. I'm just simply sharing my thoughts, as always. But sometimes I see online people wanting to preach that because you eat meat, you can't be spiritual, or because you listen to pop music or rap music or the top 100 that you can't be spiritual. Because you are friends with people that aren't into what you're into, that doesn't make you a spiritual person. And I'm here to tell you that that is not true. You can do all of those things and still be a mindful, spiritual person. Count the times that I say spiritual in this video. You can make it into a drinking game. Oh, that's another thing. A lot of people say that you can't drink alcohol or even smoke weed and still be a spiritual person. I think that that is wrong. I think that judging people on what they do and what they're interested in, that's unspiritual to do. I think that you should accept every part of yourself unless you're harming yourself or others, and just let yourself enjoy what you want to enjoy. Personally, I love doing my makeup. I love being girly. I like to go shopping for clothes. I am not a vegan. I don't eat meat, but most of the time I'll eat things like cheese or eggs or things that are animal byproducts, and I know that that can be really harmful to yourself and the earth, but becoming a vegan isn't an overnight process, and just because you haven't made it there yet doesn't mean that you're not a spiritual person. I also really enjoy listening to the radio. I enjoy watching TV sometimes, and I used to feel really guilty about that. I used to want to hide that from the world and from the internet, from you guys, because I thought that I would be judged. And to be honest, I don't really care. You can judge me if you want, but I enjoy those things, and even though I don't do them all the time, I do practice yoga, I meditate, I enjoy crystals, I do those stereotypical things, but just because I enjoy things that aren't in that stereotype, that doesn't mean anything, and I don't think that I should be judged or anyone else should be judged for doing what they like, enjoying things, enjoying the material things that are on this earth, and enjoying some experiences that might not be the most pure or the most, holy or spiritual. I'm trying not to use the word spiritual. But yeah, I think that it is completely okay to find that balance and to learn that you're just a person. You can't be perfect. You can't fit into a box. And that's what makes all of us beautiful and unique in our own ways. We have these different interests, these different hobbies, these different thoughts, and that's so, so amazing to me. Another thing in finding the balance between spirituality and the real life that we're living in, the real world that we're living in, is don't try to push your views on others. Don't try to get your loved ones to start practicing yoga if that's not for them. Don't push crystals on your friend just because you want them to enjoy it with you. If they really like those things as well, awesome. That's such an amazing thing to have people that relate to you and that you can relate to. But if they don't cast them away or push them away just because they don't fit your stereotype of what a spiritual person should be. Let them grow into their own person. Let them be their own person and appreciate them for everything that they are. Just because they don't like meditating or chanting or, just because you don't think that they are an awakened person doesn't mean that they can't be a good person. Doesn't mean that they can't be a good friend, a good family member, a good coworker. And just because you're into something doesn't mean that they have to be. So always keep that in mind and always be open to accepting other people as they are without trying to change them. Sure, it's always nice to suggest things that you think that they might like, but if they don't take to it right away, don't be offended and don't look down on them. And the last thing that I want to talk about is taking time for the things that you do like. So I really love practicing yoga. I do love to meditate, but I also like to watch TV shows with my boyfriend at night to unwind after we've had a long day, or I also really enjoy listening to music that isn't necessarily spiritual, awakening type music. I don't sit here all day and listen to meditation music. That's not really my vibe. I enjoy going to music festivals. I really like doing things that aren't in that realm, and always make sure that you're taking time to do those things. Obviously, don't feel guilty or ashamed if you don't have the time to do what you like, but find that balance. If you enjoy meditating, find time to do that. If you enjoy singing along to pop songs that are on the radio, do that as well. Make the time to do things that you like, regardless of what you think that others will think about you or if they'll judge you. Because those are the things that really make us a human, is those moments where you just feel happy, where you're doing what you love, where you're finding joy in the everyday moments. Maybe you're just vacuuming and you find joy with just taking deep breaths and noticing how good it feels to see a clean floor. Maybe you're having a night out on the town with your friends and you have a couple drinks of alcohol. Don't feel bad about that. Obviously, unless you're abusing a substance or you're harming yourself or others, I really don't see a problem in going out and having fun with your friends. Obviously, always take everything in moderation. There can be too much of a good thing, so always keep that in mind as well. But I just really wanted to share my thoughts on this subject and let you guys know that it's okay to not fit into that stereotype of being spiritual and doing yoga and enjoying mala beads and all of that stuff. So I hope that this helped you on your journey through being a human, and just understand that you're always changing, you're always evolving as a human, and your interests and hobbies are going to change as well. You'll have a different view on life, and that's always okay. With that, I'm sending you all of my love, and I hope that you have a beautiful day or night wherever you are, and I hope that you make time to do the things that you love. I'll see you in my next video.